You're making me nervous. You're making me nervous. Hey, welcome everybody, man. Welcome. Episode 78, man. 78. I think that's what you said in Spanish. I ain't sure, but welcome up everybody doing well, man. Episode 78, featuring Wayne Alleyne, man. So this one gonna be a good fun episode, man. I've been trying to get this brother on for a while now. Finally he blessing us with his presence, so that's gonna be fun. Everybody that I've come in contact with that know Wayne know he's a business minded person, man. So hopefully he could drop some Fortune 500 knowledge on us, you know, and give us some knowledge about how to start a business or run a business and stuff. No man, not all of that, but it's just good to hear his perspective, about business and ownership and all that stuff, man. So definitely gonna be a good, informative episode and fun episode, man. Definitely my brother, my neighbor. So, but I hope everybody doing well. Good afternoon, good evening, good night. Depends where you're at around the world. We got the biggest podcast in the world. I like to think like that. But I appreciate all the viewers always tuning in and supporting, and always the different individuals tuning in, supporting each guest, man. Showing their support and all that. So. But I hope everybody doing well. I'm gonna go ahead and do my usual. I'm gonna go ahead and give my shout outs and do the announcements and stuff and everything. And before I start, I'm gonna bring Pang in and everything, and then I'll do the announcements. So I'll go ahead and start the announcements. So we got legends340.com, legends340.com. Make sure you guys go, make sure you guys support, man. Support. They always got good guy, man. Shout out to Dingo, shout out to Malika, the whole team. Shout out to Savory Eats LLC, Sheena, big up yourself. We got meltingpotcookingclass.com. Also follow on Instagram at meltingpotcookingclass. Shout out to Andrea. We got Sibune Caribbean Restaurant. Shout out to our Mitra. We got Next Level Up Printing. Shout out to Chico Harris. We got Calypso Clothing LLC. CalypsoClothing.com. Make sure you guys go and support Dwayne. Condolences to the whole team, Fatih, Dwayne, and the whole team and everybody surrounded, man. The whole family, condolences and prayers to you guys. Make sure you guys go and support them. We got Hungry Hearts Hustle, apparel.com. Follow on Instagram at Hungry Hearts Hustle. And this is one of Hungry Hearts Hustle shots them, and I wear one of the hat them. I get turned backwards, so definitely you guys go and support your own. We got islandtimegrill.com. Shout out to Shavern Thomas, man. Big up yourself. We got CaribbeanGirlsRock.com. Follow on Facebook, Caribbean Girls Rock. Instagram at Caribbean Girls Rock. Official Caribbean Girls Rock IG. We got Coach Tegan 41 workout videos on Patreon. We got meltedbycroix.com. Follow on Facebook, Instagram at meltedbycroix. If you guys got a chance, check out the website, man. It's some nice handmade wax, fragrance, man. So it's nice. It's real nice and light, man. And it just stays and it's just perfect. So make sure you guys check it out. We got Rico Canario, website www.lulu.com/spotlight/R Canario. If you guys got a chance, check out his website, check out his Facebook. He's always dropping knowledge on Virgin Islands history. He's a sports historian as well too, man. And he has a few books. He's an author, so definitely check him out. We got Midnight ENT. Follow on Instagram, Twitter, Snapchat, TikTok at The Real Midnight. Follow on Facebook at Real Midnight ENT. Shout out to the whole team, Duval, Frenchie, big up yourself. We got follow on Facebook at City of Refuge Worship Center. They live stream every Sunday, 10 a.m. Shout out to Mona Baz. We got the Good Life Apparel. Shout out to Nato. Shout out to Carlos Hawkins with AIM Credit Repair LLC. Shout out to the whole Livewire Sports. Follow on Facebook. Make sure you guys support them. We have Livewire Sports coming. The team coming on Monday 7 p.m. This Monday coming up. So next week Monday they'll be coming on the team. So we definitely can't wait to see them and definitely just give them their flowers and just honor them and appreciate everything they do, man, for the Virgin Islands, man. They're, the whole team, they're hard working, my ESPN of the Virgin Islands, so make sure you guys support them. We got C Boogie Talks every Thursdays, 8 p.m. He will be back May the 6th, 8 p.m. And that's a Thursday. So make sure you guys gonna support C Boogie, Christopher Henry, man. We got the brand LLC, www.brandnewhomes.com. Shout out to Kareem Brand, shout out to his whole team, the family and everybody. Make sure you guys check that out as well too. We got On the Edge Performance. Follow on Facebook, Instagram at On the Edge Performance as well too. Also on YouTube, On the Edge Performance. We got Instagram and Facebook at Dexter _ Sinister _ exclusive unapologetics. If you guys got a chance, check them out as well. We got Apollo Legion. Shout out to Dave Paris. We got Paris Enterprise. We got Larisha Star Brown with Stars Eats and Treats. You know, anytime you guys in the area, Orlando, Davenport, maybe Tampa, you know, Kissimmee, you know, the outskirts, you guys could hit her up. You know, she does a lot of catering and stuff like that, man. Some nice food. She got a lot of good reviews. We got Bubbles Promotion. We got Mentality of a Pro, the title of Tegan's new book. Also, his website is www.kevincoachtshepard.com. And I want to say Tegan said that his book is now on Amazon. So make sure you guys go support and check it out. We got Nona Enviro Group. Website is www.environona.com. Shout out to Wayne, our featured guest today, and the whole team, Chanel, everybody. You know, so definitely big up to them. We got Kenya Eugene, website www.kenyaheartmusic.com. Make sure you guys got a chance to go check it out, man. She got some merch out there, so make sure you guys go to support. We got Senator Genevieve Whitaker. Follow on Instagram at Senator Genevieve Whitaker. Also on Twitter at Senator Whitaker. Make sure you guys go out and support the senator, man. She has good plans for the Virgin Islands and for the youths them. We got Anonymous, westgirl.com. You know, same as Rico, man. She's always giving information about the Virgin Islands and all the different history and all that, man. So definitely go out and support, man. You know, she's always bigging it up for the different females for the Virgin Islands, man. You know, so definitely go out and support West Girl and all the ambassadors and everybody. You know, shout out to Brittany Dawson. She was on our platform for Women's Month as well, too. You know, we got Right Way Service Station, one of the locally owned service station at St. Croix. So make sure you guys go out and support, man. Anytime you guys passing by, stop in and you know, support. We got Thomas Bakery. They do shippings and stuff, and I have the information, the number that you guys could call, and I'll put it up, you know, when we get everything going. And also shout out to John St. Louis with 621 Live Everyday Fit, man. So definitely go out and you know, check him out on Instagram and support as well too. You know, last but not least, we got the V.I.Legends. You know, follow on YouTube, subscribe to the channel as well too. We have 78 episodes there, so make sure you guys go to support and learn some history from the different individuals from the Virgin Islands that we have had on our platform. You know, so shout out to all of them that have blessed us with their presence. Also, download the Vivid streaming, you know, on your different app stores and the Google Play Store as well too. You know, shout out to Rashidi. You know, I download it and they be streaming all kind of stuff, man. So we here, Pan. What good?
Okay, I will go with you.
Everything safe, man. Everything good. Everything blessed. You know, everything at your end.
Everything good, man. I took me a little nap today, so I'm fresh and ready to go.
Nice. Yeah, nice.
We gonna gotta do something about your notes, man. We gonna gotta chop it up. That what Lagna said.
Yeah, it's like 8 minutes.
Every day it getting more and more and more.
Yeah, man. Yeah, we gotta chop it up. Yeah.
Do like some and before the show, take a little break, and so that the guests could maybe go take a little bathroom break and come back and do the rest in like maybe like an hour and 15 minutes in or something.
Yeah, that's a good idea. We could probably do that. That's a good idea. Depending on the guests, anytime they take a break, we do it. You know, I like that. Shout out Chanel, shout out Carrie Ann, shout out Karen. You know, good evening, good night. Appreciate you guys tuning in. You know, you guys always tune in. So, yeah, man. So yesterday episode, Pang, man, we had Rashidi, man.
Like man, you were talking after the show, very insightful. Seemed like Rashidi had some stuff to get off his chest, rightfully so, based on his story. You know, the things that he does, the things that he have to go through, the hurdles, the obstacles, the naysayers, the haters, as we call them. You know what I'm saying? And people who just want to talk without having any narrative. You know what I mean? Like all the things that, you know, he has to endure, but the the special or the positive about him is like he keep on trucking. You know, he do it for the love of the game. He do it for the love of the Virgin Islands. He do it for the love of the individual that he highlighted at the time. You know what I'm saying? And without looking for anything in return, you know? And that's kind of like the narrative that's out there about him. But I'm glad he had a chance to speak his word and, you know, just give some insight for the people them who are in between, because there's some people out there that no matter what you say, you're never going to change their narrative about you or change the way that they view you. You know what I'm saying? And then they got his core diehard fans, you know what I'm saying? And no matter what anybody say, they'll never stop loving Rashidi for Rashidi, you know what I'm saying? And then you have the people them for that's in between that, you know, just hear both sides but don't know how to make a decision for themselves. I think he answered those people, you know what I'm saying, to bring the majority over to his side, you know what I mean? So it was a good show. And like I said before he got off, he was one of the better interview where like I wanted to hear him. Like I had to make my jokes, I'd have ask my questions, you know, make my comments and stuff. But I was locked in listening to him last night. So it was a real good show.
Yeah, man, that one was real good. You know, you touched on. I mean, you pretty much touched on everything. You know, I'm glad he was able to kind of get whatever he had to get off his chest. But it's man, that one kind of bothered me at the same time because it's like when you do something from the heart, man, and you know you're doing it from the heart, and it's not nothing about money or fame or whatever it is. You know what I'm saying? And you do it from the heart, and then you get negative feedback. That's like a stab. That's like a stab in the heart, man. That definitely affects you. You know, so he's definitely a legend, man. And I was able to thank him for what he did for me, and it was the truth. You know what I'm saying? So, and he did a lot for a lot of the different individuals as well too, man. And I don't know, man. It's just that when you have individuals like that sacrificing a lot of time and energy for the youths, them and everything, and not just him, but a lot of other people that does it too for the youths, like Tegan and and many others that I'm not mentioning, but it's like, you just gotta, as the public, man, if you feel a type of way, man, you either conversate with them and find out, you know what I'm saying? Find out how you could help instead of criticizing.
Right.
If it's a money issue, then if you're not putting any money, then you should keep your mouth shut. You know what I'm saying? If you put in money in and you have an issue, then conversate and have a conversation with him. But I feel like the people them who don't really do anything for the use them is the biggest critics, and I always want to be talking and running them out and saying all kind of stuff, man. And that's the problem I have with the Virgin Islands, honestly, real talk. But big up to Rashidi, man, and I appreciate him taking his time out and coming on the podcast and really, really entertaining us, man. It was funny. We had a lot of good conversations, Pang, man. I definitely learned a lot about Rashidi. I didn't realize how much, like when he was a kid, with his father being around sports, and he was there, man, and really crossed paths with like the great Vami Thomas and the great Elmo Plaskett, and the list goes on, man. So he rubbed shoulders with a lot of Virgin Islands legends, man. So he have a lot of knowledge, and it's cool that he has that sports bar museum. That's awesome, and different people come in and learn about the different athletes and stuff. So that's dope, man. Big up to Rashidi, man. Much love to you, brother.
Yes, sir.
We on to episode 78, man, featuring Wayne Alleyne, man. So this one will definitely be a dope episode, man. I'm just happy he's blessing us with his time and his presence, man. A lot of people has recommended him just because of his knowledge and just the individual who he is, man. And we always chop it up once in a while once we see each other in the neighborhood and stuff, man. He has two beautiful daughters, a beautiful wife. He has a future tennis athlete. So I just can't wait to hear Wayne's story, man. And hopefully he could give us some knowledge and and one day make one of us make it to the Fortune 500, in the magazine.
Right. We on the Forbes lip somewhere.
Yeah. The Forbes, yeah, man. So before we introduce him, I don't know if you wanted to say anything, Pang. I'm not sure if you know Wayne, Pang.
No.
No. So
not when we was in the back room just now, and I was trying my best. Even when I was watching the picture from the from your brochure, I was trying my best to like, okay, do I? But nah, not by memory. No.
okay.
Maybe something that he said going spark a memory to let me know who he is.
That's true. That's true. That's true. Well, I ain't gonna run my mouth anymore because I know they ain't here to see me. They here to see Wayne. So so man, Wayne, man, welcome to the podcast, my brother. I'm so happy and grateful that you are blessing us with your presence.
Anybody know?
Why do wrong now, Wayne? Why do wrong? Why do wrong? Talk to me. Why do wrong?
Good night. Thanks for having me, man.
Yeah, man. Appreciate you, brother. Appreciate you. Yeah, man. So how everything going, brother? How's everything?
Been good.
How's the family? Wait,
I need to through the week.
you said repeat that? You going in and out. I can't hear.
Oh no.
Yeah. You good now?
Oh no, I said we just trying to make it through the work week, man. Work out.
Yeah, man. I feel you, man. I feel you, man. So
To the fans, are you there with Wayne? He a little nervous, so we're gonna try to relax it as much as possible so we could get the full force of his story tonight. As he makes some adjustments and get comfortable.
Is better here now?
Yes,
yeah, you
definitely.
sound good, man. Yeah, man. Yeah, man. Wayne. So so talk to us, man. Talk to us about, man. For some reason I can't talk today, For some reason I cannot talk today. I don't know what it is, brother. I don't know if it's the Tuesday or what. But let me try this again. Wayne, tell us about yourself, man. Tell us about growing up in the Virgin Islands. How was that like?
All right. Well, I guess before I get into that, because I'm a nervousness, I wasn't able to, you know, congratulate you guys on a job well done, with the podcast. Um, I've been tuning in, enjoy it. I enjoy. I would say every episode, I've been able to tune into, learn a little bit of something. Which I'm sure was the intention, right?
Right.
And it's just so important. The podcast is just so important on so many different levels. Like Mumba mentioned before, um, this information is being archived. So our kids and the kids will have access to seeing us, how we used to communicate and our stories and stuff like that. But yeah, so born and raised on St. Croix, Virgin Islands. Um, Fun fact, I recently found out because I'm into history a little bit as well, and I've
Nice.
been kind of tracing my family tree. I actually have roots, and I've actually had roots on St. Croix since the year 1795.
Wow.
Man.
Yeah,
Jeez. You are true Crucian. You are true Crucian.
so
Wow. That's
yeah, man.
impressive, man.
And how you found that out?
Um, a relative had somebody passed, and I've been, I start asking questions. Well, every funeral I go to, I always ask questions, about the family history to see how far back they know. And I think recently somebody in the family had passed, and my mother pulled out the a family tree and showed me. Um, you know, I was like, whoa.
I can't.
Wow,
One day, Maria.
that's crazy, man. That's amazing, man. So you could kind of going pretty much dig more deeper into the history and try and probably go way back more.
Yeah, yeah. As far as I can.
Yeah, man.
I mean,
Man, that's
ultimately we are come from Africa, right? But still trying to find out maybe our history, you know.
yeah, that's true, man. That's true. That's true.
Yeah. So I mean, went to Free Will Baptist School till 6th grade. Transferred to Lumokol Elementary. Um, I think then that's when I really started getting into science. So I have a bachelor's of science degree in civil engineering,
Nice.
but I think around 6th grade is when I really started honest learn about my passion for science. You know, entering into the local science fairs and stuff like that.
What elementary you went to?
Lumokol Elementary in Saint Farm. Then for middle school, I went to Bohemian Middle School. For junior high school,
Yeah, 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 yeah. We up in Babylon too long.
I
Yeah,
junior
no,
high school, I went to John H. Woodson. Um, that was a very good experience as well. I had a very good science teacher. Uh, really take my, I guess, scientist, curiosity to a next level. Um, High school, I went to Central High School. Graduated in 2002. Um, I think in high school is when I decided I wanted to go the route for engineering. I just wasn't sure which one yet. Um, I was good in science and math, but um, like most kids, I didn't really have the what's the word I'm looking for? Self confidence.
okay.
So I think I was. I mean, I was had good grades, but I think I went like the 10th grade, and teacher approached me, and I guess they were starting like a EP program at Central High School, and he was like, "Man, I want you to try, this EP calculus class, and see how you do, you know." So it was like me and like 5 other students in the class. It was hard. It was hard, naturally, and it was hard because I don't think I used to go home and do any homework. I mean, they get work out of me in the class, but once I went home, that was it. I guess back,
We all can relate to you on that one.
yeah,
I
yeah,
could say.
yeah. Um, guess backtrack a little bit.
Yeah.
I did. I played music as well too. I
Okay.
started playing music in the 7th grade. I played the trumpet, so I played that in junior high and high school. End up going to Savannah. I went to Savannah State. I got a music scholarship as well.
Wait, you got a music scholarship?
Yeah, not full ride, but I had a scholarship.
Yeah, but
Yeah,
so how was that part of the reason why you decided to go to Savannah State because you ended up getting like a partial scholarship for music, or that was just on your radar?
I
That school.
wanted to go to Georgia Tech,
Mm.
and I got accepted, but the tuition was crazy.
Yeah.
Um, so I spoke to Greg Taylor, um, one of the counselors at Central High School,
Big
and
up,
he had a
big up to Greg
connection.
Taylor.
Yeah,
He's the main reason I went to college. So big up to Greg Taylor.
Definitely big up.
yeah, he had a connection at Savannah State. The dean of enrollment was from St. Thomas, Dr. Judith Edwin. Um, so he told me about a direct connect program Savannah State had with Georgia. So direct connect meaning I would go to Savannah State for 3 years and then transfer to Georgia Tech for 2 years.
Nice.
So um, I knew some people at Savannah State. Savannah State is a Cedric Joseph was my partner, and he was already there. He went the year before me. He was playing on the baseball team, and then also my good friend, I see him chilling for. I believe he got accepted to try out for the baseball team. He didn't end up playing though. But I think that's how we end up looking at Savannah State, and then we kind of made an agreement that we would go to the school. So we end up that's how I end up at Savannah.
Now, around what year was this?
2002.
2002. Okay.
Yeah.
That's crazy because in 2004, I want to say our baseball team played Savannah State at Savannah State. So you guys was at the school during that time. I didn't even know that.
Yep.
Yeah, that's crazy.
Win?
No, they beat us. They had a good team, man. They had a legit team, honestly. They had a pretty good team. Yeah.
So I crossed path and didn't even know it.
Yeah. It's true.
Yeah.
Small world, man. How was that? How was your experience like going to college? Going to Savannah State. Going to school in America, coming from the Virgin Islands. How was that experience like?
Man, it was I mean it was cool. I enjoyed it. Um of course, leaving St. Croix, Savannah is like a country, kind of like a country town, right? But I was like, man, I remember on the drive up, you know, it wasn't like no big city at all. It wasn't like your Miami or Atlanta or New York. So I was like,
Right.
man, where are we going? Um, but it was cool. It reminded me a lot of St. Croix. It's a small town, but um,
Very historical.
yeah.
Yeah, that's true.
And then Savannah State is the first black HPCO in the state of Georgia as well too. I think that was another reason I ended up going. Um, it was cool. We had some other people there from the Virgin Islands, Doobie, Spud from
Yeah.
Lorraine.
Yeah.
I ended up running into him. Um, one day we had class in the same building. Kemet Lewis, as he mentioned, Kai Thomas,
Wasn't
yeah,
that
Mark,
Chris Richardson there?
Chris Richardson. I think I remember a guy named Chris. He went to Complex, right?
No, I think Chris went Central. He from Laurento.
But he didn't graduate from St. Croix. Did he
Mm,
graduate from high school in St. Croix?
yeah, but I don't know. Me sure, because I left a long time before I used to. I a lot what happened after I left. I don't really. Either he went Troy University or not Troy, Troy State or something, or Savannah State. One of the two. I think it's Savannah State he went to. He was probably at that time was a little heavy set, light skin. He's a pretty boy.
I remember a guy. He didn't live on campus, but he played basketball and he was from St. Croix. So that may be him.
No, not the basketball part.
All right, well, wrong Chris.
All right.
Yeah.
When you said play basketball, he played for the team or he just liked playing basketball?
He used to like to play basketball.
Chris used to like to play basketball. So baby, could be he. I gonna got Oxy.
Yeah, so I mean it was a good experience. Like I said, I played in a band for the first 2 years. It was definitely different than St. Croix. St. Croix band isn't really a big deal, but in the States it is. When I got there, it was, you know, um, after like the playouts, everybody approaching you, want to talk to you, want where you come from and all that. I did a lot of traveling with the band too, because we would travel with the teams for the games, basketball, football. Um, and then after 2 years, man, it just became too much, time consuming. practice and all. So and I would try and focus on engineering. So I gave up the band and focus on why I really went to school for.
For band, how? Because I remember when I was going to Cookman, man, those band people used to be out all day and they be out late in the night practicing. Was it like that for you guys too?
Yeah.
Jeez, man, that's rough.
You ever hear of the Battle of the Bands?
Yeah.
Yeah. So I played in that twice, 2 years in Atlanta.
How was that experience like?
Man, I would say insane. That thing was crazy. Because I want to say that was probably my first time in a dome, the Georgia Dome.
Mm.
So it's like filled with people and probably 20 plus bands, top 20 bands in the country and all that. And you seen bands with like 1,000 players, and we probably had like 200. We weren't a very big band.
That's a lot of people still missing.
Yeah, yeah. But it was cool, man. I glad I
That's
got to
nice.
experience that. I ended up developing a love for what you call that cereal? I had to eat it up to know. It's like cream of wheat, but in cream of wheat. Up here in the States, they love it.
Grits.
Grits. Yeah.
Grits.
Yeah.
Yeah, I can't get with the grits. People are get me to try it with jelly, with sugar, with cheese. That it don't taste good. You ever eat grits, Mama?
Yeah, I eat grits before.
You like it?
Wait, me? I mean, it's all right.
Mm.
Yeah, I mean, it's okay.
Yeah, can't get with
Grits,
it
yeah,
at all.
yeah, grits. That's a
Yeah, man. I
solid.
love
That's a
I
solid
love
food.
that thing there. Another fact, I guess a lot of people don't know. My last year in my last 2 semesters in college, I actually went to North Carolina A&T.
Is that
In
where
Gre-
Bogus was?
I don't know. In
What
Greensboro, North Carolina.
in Greensboro? I think. Well, maybe not. What school? What school Bogus went to? If your memory serve you, Mumbai, wasn't it North Carolina A&T?
I can't remember. I can't remember. No, I don't think it was North Carolina A&T. I don't think so.
Mm,
Cause I no, yeah. Cause we played North Carolina A&T too, and he wasn't
okay.
at that school yet. I know it's a school in North Carolina though, but North Carolina, I guess so much schools, man. It's crazy.
Okay. Uh, I just found out they won't like the partner I was telling you about Chris. He did go to Troy State, not Savannah State. So
Okay,
it wasn't him. Yeah.
cool.
But
Yeah.
that's funny that you mentioned Doobie because I did know Doobie went to Savannah State and then Doobie actually ended up going to Morris College in South Carolina because I used to play against Doobie in college when he transferred to Morris College.
Cool.
It's
Yeah.
definitely a small world, Mister, because I
It's a
don't think we
small
could
one.
go anywhere and not run into people from home, regardless of how you mentioned that it's a small town. It gonna still got somebody from the VI there, at least one person.
It's true.
I remember seeing Tegan because Jacksonville State came to Savannah.
Yeah, they definitely
Okay.
While
played
we were
Savannah.
playing on the team. Yeah.
Yeah, they definitely played Savannah State. They played Troy State too. They played all of them. They in the same conference. All of them, Warner College. All of them. Warner University. All of them. They in the same Sun Coast Conference. So yeah, I remember when Savannah State used to come there and play against Jacksonville University.
So how did you end up going to North Carolina?
So while I went in college, I guess I should fall back some. Let me go back a little bit. Yeah, so while I was in college, I was looking for an internship. Um, and I you remember Monster.com? like you used to put your resume. It was
Yeah,
like a resume.
yeah, I
If you're
remember
looking for
those.
a job. So
Yeah, I
I
remember.
think I put my resume and the man said I come and a company ended up calling me. It was a minority owned civil engineering firm.
Mm,
And I was looking for internship and they ended up hiring me in Orlando, Florida. I worked for them for like 2 summers. And then, I went back to school my senior year and I remember the owner called me in the spring and he was like, "How much longer you have in school?" I was like, man, I have 2 more classes I need to take, but they're like, one is a successor of the next. So I can't take them together. So it
mm,
probably gonna push me out a year.
I hear
And
that.
he was like, man, if you could find a way to go to school now, that would be good. We have a opening for engineer, building schools. I think they were building some schools in Orange County and I guess he felt that would be a good opportunity for me. So I was like, man, well, let me see what I could do. Looking at, I talked to my advisor. He wouldn't let me do it. He wouldn't let me take the classes and notice ENT was offering both classes, but I would have to go 2 different summer sessions, first and second. So I applied, I got accepted, and I went.
Nice.
Yeah, yeah. I had a god brother. I have a god brother. I live in Greensboro. So I stayed on campus, but on the weekends I would um go and chill by him.
Oh, that make it easier. That make it a lot more easier too when you got, somebody close by.
Yeah.
That'll definitely help out.
And even though it's not Greensboro, but you got you got Raleigh right there next to Ohio, which is 30 minutes, about 30 minutes away, right? We got a lot of VI people.
Yeah, that's true. A lot of VI people up there. A lot.
Yeah, me
So,
no lie, listen, I would just try and get in and out though. I would focus. I would try and get this job. You know what I mean?
Mm.
I,
Well, the focus ones is usually the ones that are come out on top. You know what I mean? Or um, they usually don't mind taking the hard road. The ones that are not focused mind taking the hard road, but little that they know they're gonna end up taking the long road. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
that's true.
So
That's true.
it's good that you had that mind state at a young age, because a lot of us at a young age we don't have that mindset. Like,
Yeah.
speaking for myself, I know I didn't have the mindset of the focus of making academic fuss. You know what I'm saying? So, like, most people that we interview, I always hear like they at that time, at that young age, they had that focus. You know what I'm saying? And that's usually why they end up where they end up. You know what I'm saying? And which when you get to that point, we're gonna start to hear about why you where you are. You know what I'm saying? And your business flourishing.
Yeah. Well, I'm gonna backtrack a little bit because yeah, I would say I had the focus, but I think I had a lot of people that played in that too, growing up and sing. One, my mother's a teacher. Well, she's a retired teacher, but she was big on education as well. I won't say. I mean, she wasn't super strict, but once she wanted us to do good. So once she made the grades, and then we were allowed to have fun. I guess age appropriately. You know what I mean? Um, but I met in me trying to figure out what I want to do. Um, I met a lot of good people. Teachers. You know, um, mentors that really guide me along the way. Um, a mentor, I guess, in specific, would be a retired engineer that used to work at Hovenza. His name is, Luther Edwards. I met him when I was in high school, and took me under his wing. You know what I mean? And I always made sure I had a job. Every summer and Christmas, I would, if I wasn't working in Hess, I was working for a subcontractor, learning about engineering, um, which kind of helped me figure out, the route,
Yeah,
which route to go.
Right?
yeah, that's a big
Yeah.
help right there.
How was that experience? Like coming home, you in college, coming home for the summer, and you working in Hess at a young age, making that kind of money.
Well, I was making a little bit of money. I wasn't making Hess people money.
Gotcha, gotcha.
Yeah, yeah, yeah. Nah,
Well, it's good to clear that up, because
yeah,
if you walk in the hair, somebody automatically think you're making money. You know what I'm saying? So
yeah,
good you clear that up, because I
yeah.
think I would never know that there's people in Hess that not making money like that unless you're like a security guard or somebody.
I used to fake stunt too because I had the coverall. You know what I mean?
Mm.
I wasn't making any money though.
the ones them who got the green,
Yeah, yeah,
the green, and then the foam and them.
yeah,
The way the blue I want to say. I want to say
yeah,
that's what you know. That's the chiching
yeah. But yeah, man, I
for
did
real.
a lot of surveying around the island. You know, I think at the time they had a construction project going on in um Wapa over at the Chabot location. So I work on that project too when it was bringing that online and some cool local projects while I was in school.
Use the reason why they knocked down Shabbat.
No, no, I had nothing to do with it. Maybe the reason why they rebuilt it.
Right, right. Your ideas, huh?
Well, not my ideas,
Man,
but yeah.
that's funny. Ah.
Yeah.
so so what year did you end up graduating
Two,
college and
2007, I think fall 2007. Fall 2007.
while pursuing that civil engineering degree, did was there any type of classes that was just like super challenging, super hard?
Yeah, man. Most of them.
Jeez.
Yeah. Well, I shouldn't say that. Let me put it this way. I never really used. I learned to study in college. If I probably had was studying from high school, you know what I mean? I probably would have already um developed those skills that would have made it easier for me. But it was hard. I know what I think about it. Yeah, it seemed like it was hard for everybody because typically the grading scale is between 0 to 100, right?
Mhm.
And they
Yeah.
would anybody that did engineering know this, they would have to carve our grades. Like the highest grade might be like a 30, 40, and that
Jeez.
would be 100.
Mm, that's crazy.
Wow.
Yeah, yeah.
How-
But
Jeez.
no, go ahead, Punk.
no, no, you were finishing up your point.
Yeah, I was gonna say, but yeah, like the entry level engineering classes were hard because that's more of your you know theory concepts, um, your calculus 3 and all of that. But once you get past them classes and you get into your more realistic engineering classes, then it get easier. I My advantage was I was doing it. You know what I mean? I was coming home and I was doing it, and then because of my
Okay.
internship at St. Croix, I was able to make a connection with a contractor I meet down there that lived in Savannah. He
Wow.
hired me. I was working for him too when I went back to college. Um, so I was doing the work. So when I got to those classes, man, it was easy. You know what I mean? because I'm doing it every day.
Yeah. Wow.
Yeah,
I work out perfect for you.
yeah.
I got to say, calculus is a hard class, man. I took that class in college, and that was hard. Calculus ain't no joke, listen.
Yeah. But I make it. I had some rough days.
I bet. I
Some
bet. I
rough
bet you
days.
had some rough days, listen.
Yeah. Um, I would say, uh, me being in college, anybody that wants to go to college, I would, my recommendation would be definitely make sure you want to do it for yourself. You know, not because anybody else want it for you. I fully promote college and higher education, but I just say, when you pick a subject, make sure you want it for you because, you know, for me, it was tough, but I wanted to do it, you know what I mean? So I found that drive to,
Yeah, that's important.
pull through.
That's
Yeah.
true. That's true.
So
Be, being that the class them that you had to go through the how was it on graduation day? Like how was that feeling? Like walking down the aisle, just thinking back on everything that you had to endure, go through all the summer jobs, all the long nights of studying. Like, how was that feeling after you graduated?
if my mother watching this, she probably laughing right now because being a big man, I ain't big on like events, and I don't really get too excited. So graduation to me was just a next day. You
Mm.
know, it's like the I guess I was happy when I found out I passed in class. And I was like, it done.
Right.
Yeah.
Yeah. Um. But yeah, I mean, I was happy for them. I'm sure my family were happy. So I mean, it was cool. It was a cool vibe.
That's good.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I could relate to you on. Oh, go ahead, Pat. Go ahead.
No, well, no. Give your comment about what you about to say.
No, so I could relate to Wayne on that one because when I graduated college, I didn't go to my graduation either. I was like, I said pass, I good, man. Same thing. Like me, I just ain't into sitting around and listening to other people talk and all that stuff, man. That wasn't my style, you know.
Right.
You know.
What about your mother? Didn't she want to? Because like you, like both I, the only reason like I did, like it was for my mother.
Mm,
So that's why I definitely went to mine. So my mother flew up, spent some time with me up here, and getting to walk across the stage for her to see it was everything for me.
nice. Nice.
When you graduate, did you immediately went to work? Did you take some time off? Did you take a vacation somewhere?
No man, I went straight to work. Went straight to work.
Brain.
Yeah. Um, cause I ain't had no money. I probably had like rent money. That was it for 2 month rent. You know. So it's like I gotta get it. I gotta get things rolling. I remember. So I went into the construction side of it. So there's the design side and then there's the construction. So um I didn't even have money to buy boots. You know,
Wow.
I they asked me, I remember they tell me to shop to work with some boots, and I went and buy some boots from Payless, and they were like, those ain't no real boots, ain't got no steel toe, and I was like, I know I had a good enough relationship with them where I felt open, and I remember telling the owner like, look, I ain't got no money. All I got money for food. I just spend all my money on rent. The deposit he got put on for rent, small rent, and
Yeah.
he ended up giving me some money. Um, I don't know, like $500. Will kind of hold me off until I get paid my first check.
Check. Wow.
That's
Yeah.
cool, man. Like you had a cool boss.
Yeah. Well, I was open and honest with him. I think he said I was serious and honest.
Yeah,
Yeah.
yeah, that's true. That's true.
I find one thing I found in life, once you open and honest with people, they seem to be very receptive, you know what I mean? So I always try
That's
and
true.
be open and honest.
Yeah, you're right about
Um,
that. You're right about that.
yeah.
You know, a lot of people don't realize a lot of college students, man. Sometimes you going to college, but you struggling, man. You struggling, and it's difficult, man. Especially you be struggling in a place that you didn't grow up. You didn't grow up at, you in a foreign place, etc., man. And you just got to try to make ends meet. You know.
You you mentioned there is construction and there's design. Is construction like the entry level of engineering, or it don't really matter?
It don't matter. It depends on which right you choose to go towards. If you want to do design, then you probably gonna sit more in the office. If you want to do construction, then you gonna be in the office some things, but you have the opportunity to see what you design and be constructed.
Mhm.
So
It's more hands on.
I was about to say, I was just about to ask, when you say construction, you actually doing the work, like putting, like you actually building the beams or that for the highway, or you actually doing it, or you just going out there with that little machine where I guess where to start, like how far to go across, and like just like were you to do the number game, or like
Yeah.
what's
So say we doing a building, I'll have a
Mhm,
set of plans, drawings, right?
mhm.
That telling you exactly how to build this building. And then I'll have a book called Standards or Specifications. And that tell you in detail every nut, bolt, what material, everything about that building that we need to follow. And then we just make sure that they building it to our standards and drawings. And if it can be done, because sometimes it can be done, right? Material may run out or it look one way on plans, but it can be built in actuality. So as an engineer, you have the authority to make those changes.
So you really like as we just say a foreman, you don't you're like overseeing that, making sure
Yeah,
that you're doing the job. Okay, so that ain't a bad job because you ain't really doing no physical hard work, basically.
correct. Yeah, it's a lot of mental hard work though.
Right. Hey,
Yeah.
and I'll tell people whoever don't know this. Like a lot of I just sit down at my desk at my butt all day long, right, in front of a computer, dealing with customers. People don't realize how mental draining that is. Like what kind of toll that'll take to your body. I sometimes when I get up from that computer, I feel like I've been out working construction. Like I just built an entire building in a whole day. People always ask me, well, how you tired? And you've been sitting down all day at your desk, and son, you know how it is when your brain just turning, trying to like just take in whatever what these customers saying to you, and you gotta like go find the answer, or like, man, that there is mentally draining, and it'll take a toll on your body, and people just don't believe that.
That's rough, man. Jeez, that's rough. That's rough.
Well, construction got me a lot of experience, especially around the state of Florida. I don't know. You ever been to Port Canaveral? You know where the Soca cruise are coming?
Yeah, the cruise
Yeah.
ships. Yeah.
I did some work at that port. That same dock
Mm.
the Soca ship to come in. I worked on that dock before. The where the casino ship comes in. We worked on that too. Um, Orlando Airport, Terminal C. We worked on that too.
Okay, nice.
So you to do a lot of
Yeah.
traveling.
Um, I used to more now it's just I still do travel, but I come home every night. Yeah.
Nice.
Before it used to be like overnight. Like I don't work out in Miami, you know? Yeah. But I got kids now, so
You gotta be home.
Yeah.
You mentioned earlier about you being on the construction side, right? And the other side is where they create the blueprint, if I'm correct.
Mm-hmm.
That's where they do it. Okay. I just
No, no. When you say create the blueprint, do you guys dry it up like everything from scratch?
Well, you using what they call CAD, computer aided design.
Hmm.
So you have like a CAD operator or CAD technician that actually have a certification or went to school for that, and they're the ones that are actually doing the plans, but they're doing it to the liking of an engineer.
mm,
Yeah. So they working hand in hand with the engineer, and the engineer telling them, you know, what scale it should be at, and what we try and put on the blueprints.
How long did you did the construction?
I still doing it.
Oh, okay,
Yeah.
gotcha.
so how did you transition to Florida?
Um.
From your
I
job in
j-
Orlando?
yeah. Yeah. My job in Orlando brought me down here.
Okay.
Yeah. The
I think
plan
I
was I
got
was to go back home. You know, I went to school to study engineering to go back home and work in Hess, but that ain't happen.
Was Hess? Well, you did say you used to go home and work in Hess, but so I guess at that point Hess didn't have the cut
Yeah,
the
I think they were in like the early stages of um, looking to
downsizing.
shut down. Yeah,
Yeah.
and then by then I had meet my wife, or girlfriend at the time, and she was coming to Orlando.
Made sense. So Orlando is where you reside right now.
Yes.
And you when you say you do a lot of work in Florida, um, you do, like is it nearby, like where you could drive? Do you fly? Like how that work out for you?
Yeah, drive. Yeah, my I do a lot of roads too, road construction. Um, my specialty is water, wastewater. Took um, some environmental classes in school too. So I'm not a water engineer. I'm civil. I still have technical knowledge of how of environmental science and all that. So we build a lot of water and water treatment plants, for cities and counties and all that.
how so how did you transition into creating um your business?
Um, when I first moved to Orlando, the very first apartment complex we had lived in had a valley trash service, right? Where they pick up your trash every night and dump it. One part, an employee or a business come pick up your trash from outside your door and dump it. And when I realized what I was entailed, I was like, man, this ain't nothing, man. Like he getting paid, we paying $30 a month or whatever the apartments to charge, and he getting paid to dump it right in here. Um, that was like my first time seeing that. Um, flashback a few years now, bought a house, sold the house, and while we were getting ready to move in to our next house, I was staying in an apartment that Tom. No, that at this time now, I would consider myself to be a seasoned engineer, right? So I'm up to speed with laws and regulation, requirements in terms of water and wastewater and environmental. And that apartment complex we were staying at did not have they didn't have valley trash, and they didn't have a good waste management plan at all. Trash was always overflowing from the bin, rodents, rats, and it was a shame because the apartment complex on the whole was a nice complex. You know what I mean? But nobody really took the time to focus on waste management. So I was like, man, I have a solution to that. I feel as if I could help them um, better their waste management. So I had a friend who is also the vice president of my company, Jamal Samuel. He's a fellow Wildcat Mumba.
Yes, I. Big
Yeah.
up Bethune.
So we spoke on it, and he I didn't really consider myself a business person. I'm more because I saw myself as being a scientist or engineer. You know what I mean?
Mhm.
So I don't know anything about business really. And I was I would always hear people talk about like the SBA. My stepfather, he he into small business.
Small business.
And a few times I heard him mention SBA. And then I would hear people in business mention SBA, SBA loans, SBA program and all that.
Yeah.
And I think I got in an email from one of those small business associations about classes. So I was like, man, we should go. So I talked to my business partner, just regular conversation, and we start going to the classes, learning about business. You know what I mean? So it's free. You ain't gotta pay nothing. You just gotta go. So I
Nice.
start learning about marketing, um, HR, all the different parts of owning a small business. And then I start showing interest, and I guess as they see, man, these guys look like they taking it serious. Um, they end up assigning me like a mentor. So
Oh wow.
she kind of really, helped me take it to the next level. So, even when, um, I remember her telling me like, man, like, you're gonna do good. I could see it in you, you really put a lot of work. You guys really put a lot of work into this business. Just gonna take time.
True that.
And, you know, I guess my train of thought too was, yeah, I don't know much about business, and most businesses fail. So I was like, I gonna do everything I can to increase my chances of being successful. I don't want, if I fail, I fail, but I don't want to just go into this thing um and not know what's going on. I
Yeah,
want to at
it's true.
least have a working knowledge of the components. You know what I mean? Clearly, it's all a learning experience, but um, I wanted to know all I could know. So yeah, man. That's kind of how we went about starting Nona Enviro Group. You know what I mean? So yeah, Nona Enviro Group is we provide waste management services. We're more of a consulting firm, right? So the intent is clients to hire us to audit or review their waste management plans. You know what I mean? From a compliance aspect, and just make sure they keeping up with state and local, regulations, and then kind of coaching them towards, forward thinking. Recycling, of course, is a big thing. A lot of
Yeah.
businesses don't recycle, and the way the world heading, especially Florida, Orlando, Florida to be exact. We kind of heading towards a more, eco-friendly community, world and community here in Orlando. I think they got a deadline of 2050 to have like zero carbon. I think they call it the zero carbon mission. So they try and get to a point where like all the, like the public buses and forms of transportation are all electrical and not,
Oh wow.
yeah. So like all those link buses and stuff that you see riding around downtown, they're all electric.
Are they all electric?
Yeah,
Man, I didn't know that.
yeah.
That's crazy.
Well, let me take that back. They may not be all electric, but a lot of them are electric.
It's pretty.
Yeah.
Yeah. Did you now when you was making the decision? I know you mentioned your business partner. Did anybody else you have a discussion with about your plans?
Besides your wife?
I know, right? Yeah, my wife, of course. Yeah, yeah. I spoke to a few people on it. See what their what their thoughts were on it. Because part of me being, I guess, consider myself to be a scientist or engineer is, the way my brain think is data and analytics. You know what I mean? So
Okay.
I started doing a lot of research. Um, what's the competition like? Who all are my competition?
Mm,
what's the opportunities for growth? Where is this business gonna be in 10 years, 20 years? And everything seemed you know, like a good reason for me to move forward with it. Yeah.
with
Mm,
with Orlando growing so much, but has that been a benefit for you as far as you making a decision to move forward with what you're doing?
I would say so. I think is I can be honest with you, I think it's life too. Just um
Okay.
growing, growing, my um my exposure to different situations. I'll give you an example, right? Um, typically when you have a job and you work for somebody, you get promoted based on in order for you to get promoted, somebody else have to get promoted, fired, or demoted, right? So it create like this crab in the barrels kind of thing, you know what I mean?
Yeah.
And I just don't like that, you know what I mean? If because I want a promotion and Pang have the job, I don't feel Pang should be demoted for that. And a lot of times they create like hostility between the two employees. Pang may need the money just as me. He might have 5 kids. I might have 10 kids. You know what I mean? So it's a lot of these things, and then me just naturally being somebody that like to be in my own lane. You know, I I was like, man, like I don't like this setup. And
Right.
I start you know working in corporate America. Over 10 years now, I start to see the changes. I remember when I first started, you had like a local HR person in the office, and they would they pretty much did all the HR for you. You didn't really have to do much. You would have to discuss like what insurance package and stuff you want, but they did all the selections for you, all of that. And then
Okay.
now, to me, all of that changed. You doing all of that yourself. You having to go online and pick these things, right?
That's true.
So I start to say to myself, man, it's like you really your own business. You know what I mean?
It's true.
And from that aspect, right? Because you get, what you do for work, Pan.
I don't work for Wells Fargo Bank. I don't handle corporate accounts.
All right. So it's like you're not only doing the job you were hired to do now, you're doing HR and all these other aspects. So I mean that's how I felt. So I was like, man, it's like I really am my own business. And then I start realizing that a lot of projects and work I was getting was, yeah, it's the because of the company, but it's how the job I'm doing and how I'm able to interact with the clients. You know what I mean? We win in this job. I win in this job because of me, because they like me. They like the work I point out. So then I was another thought I had to myself, like, I really am my own business. You know what I mean? Um, but I never really wanted to start my own engineering firm. So I was just looking, um, I was just looking for something else to get into. And then, like the waste management, the recycling, that kind of always been a passion of mine. You know what I mean?
Yeah,
So that's I went. This is why I went this road.
nice. We have a question here from Karian. What do you think about that goal to have zero carbon emissions? Won't that eventually overload the electric grid?
I mean, I don't know. I would imagine hopefully by then we have a bigger electric grid. And I mean, I don't know if we'll ever get to a point of zero emissions, right? Because you are always gonna need oil and gas, but we need to get to a point where we less dependent on it. We are a little too dependent on it, and it's not a renewable fossil fuel. You know what I mean?
Mhm.
Mm,
Well, let's
Solar is renewable. Electric is renewable.
that's true. That's true.
let's talk about your business. I could see it on your shirt. It says, if you could, Nona in Enviro Group.
Yeah.
So you and your business partner, you went to a class, you got mentorship to become businessmen, somebody to teach you the ropes. And so now you probably went to the state, get your tax ID and all of that. And like how was the 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 process of coming up with a name and like coming up with the goals and like tell us a little bit about that. Like now I at the point where I am ready to start your business.
Um. The, I, the name. I don't really. I had a few other names, to be honest. This is like my third business name. It's just the name I actually. It's just the name we actually registered the business with, and I think it was probably the best name too.
Mhm.
But it was like I was. Of course, I was trying to create a small business hometown feel.
Mm,
Um. So I we have a community Olano colleague Nona, so that's how I got the Nona from. And then environmental, so Enviro group. Okay, it's a group of us. I have, like I said, I have a vice president. I have Kadila Judge helping us on the office management end of it, and then I also have a board of directors. We're all small business owners um that trying to grow in entrepreneurship.
you got a good
Where
team. You got good.
no,
Go
go
ahead,
ahead.
Pat. Go
No,
ahead. Go
no, you
ahead.
go ahead.
No, you got it. Go ahead. You good.
Your aspect of your business. So you're the Enviro Group, and I know your idea came from waste management, like the apartment complex. So tell us exactly what the Nona Enviro Group does.
All right, you missed that, when you went off the camera.
Oh, okay, my bad, my
Yeah,
bad.
yeah, I gonna go over it though. Um, Give me a minute. Excuse me. So, what we specialize in really is I would consider waste management plan audits and review, right? So our business, whether you like apartment complex or whatever, a business that have a waste management plan, we would come in and we would review your plan, right? Make sure that you're keeping up with state and local regulations and requirements. And if not, or even if you are, we would provide you with a plan that kind of helping to keep you on track too, and try to help you to find ways to, work towards a more eco-friendly plan if you don't have that in place. The biggest issue here I would say in Florida, Florida, and I'm saying Florida because I live here, is we don't recycle enough. There's still a ton of parks and business locations where you're only seeing a trash bin. You don't see a trash and recycle bin. And to me, that's a problem.
Mhm.
Yeah.
Do you do like private sectors? Do you do the government? Like, or you just it don't matter wherever the money that you that's where you get.
Um, right now we do a little bit of everything. We are like if you live close enough within like a 15-mile radius, we do like junk removal. So like there's some items that the trash your local trash company won't pick up, like large TV boxes, um, refrigerators, whatever. We come and we help you out with that. Take it to the dump. We do events too. We'll come out, you know, waste and a recycle bin, and we, clean up your event. We do medical waste disposal too.
Okay.
Yeah.
Okay.
Okay, so you don't just do the plan. You actually have your part of your company is doing the work too. You guys have vehicles. You have like trash bins and stuff. Okay, yeah, man. How is not to get too deep in your business, but how is business? Like I know you're probably still learning and coming up with innovative stuff every day. Is that still fun for you?
Yeah, definitely. Because I enjoy it. I always found myself to be a environmental friendly person.
Mhm.
I don't if you I'm sure like if you're on my Facebook list, you might see me complain about people later. I may take a picture of people littering and the trash going down in its storm drain,
Mm,
because now that affecting our ecosystem, what I mean, fish and wildlife and all that.
right.
Yeah. And I
Yeah.
mean, it's a form of education, right? Because I honestly people just are not aware um of these environmental issues
Uh,
to a
they are
point that they should be aware. You know what I
right.
mean?
It's
I
true.
think and just the smallest aspect they are aware because
Yeah,
it's against the law to litter, and I think everybody know that they teach you about not littering in kindergarten. So
yeah,
how could they not be aware? People just don't care.
yeah. Not to I don't want to get too scientific, but I can just say that it's statistically proven that the hole in the ozone layer is getting larger every year. You know what I mean? Right now, I think it's about, well, I don't know. I don't know how large it is, but it's getting bigger and bigger, right? So with it getting bigger now, it's not able to you know protect us like it used to from the sun. So we exposed to more radiation, and we just have to try and do our parts to protect the earth little by little.
Do you follow? I know Bill Gates who do a lot of environmental stuff. Do you follow Bill Gates? The things that he that I think about 5 years ago he was predicting pandemic in 2000. The pandemic came last year, 2020. Predict.
Pam, you breaking up real bad. I don't know. I don't know if you're hearing the same thing, Wayne.
Yeah, I wasn't sure if it was me. I was waiting to hear you.
Y- Yeah, because you kind of frozen, Pam.
All right, I'm about to come back in.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Speaking on what, so what you kind of touched on the ozone layer. What do you think about with all the construction as far as building and all the trees? You could see. I mean, we live nearby, and you've seen all the
Yeah,
different areas that's just getting clear out. All the trees is going. What you think about that?
I mean, yeah, all that part of it. The fracking, where all them guys fracking for oil and stuff, you know, the pull fat. That's why I said oil and those um, relative fuels. They're not, they're not replenishable. You gotta keep pulling for it. So
Yeah, you good now, punk?
Harry. Now I was asking you if you speak on the ozone layer. Like I hear Bill Gates talking a lot about. I think it's Bill Gates, and you could, if I think it's Bill Gates who's among the global warming. He always talking about global warming. I think it's Bill Gates. But basically, I was just asking if you to follow any of that stuff. Like you just touch on the
yeah,
ozone.
yeah. I,
Okay.
I mean, people don't like to say the word global warming, So I guess for me to remain politically correct, I will say this that I watch the weather channel every day, and you know on my app, on my weather app, it shows you today's weather, high and low, and then it shows you the records, what year was the record low and what year is the record high, and
Yeah.
every day we hitting record high. So clearly something is happening. You know what I mean? Every year we hitting a record high. So we getting warmer. So
That's for sure.
That's true.
call it
That's true.
however you want to call it.
Now, part of them talking about global warming, they say at the rate that we going, we wouldn't live to see when the earth gonna be too hot to live on. But our a few generation out, that's when it's gonna happen. Like, is that the gist of what you get from global warming?
Yeah, yeah. I mean, I hope we're able to have some things in place to avoid that. But you know, yeah, yeah.
We have a question here from Kamal. Doesn't Central Florida make you replant a tree after you build the community?
I don't know. I mean, it sound like something I've heard before.
Not
I
not
heard that
one hundred
before too.
not 100%. Let's say you move into a community, and let's say you have a tree in your yard, but you don't like where the tree there, and you chop it down. Before you leave that community, you gotta put back that tree exactly where you chop it down from.
I don't even know if you could touch the tree before
You're not
you got permit or something.
right, right. If you do get approved, part of the approval is you gonna gotta put back the tree um before you leave. But you're not supposed to chop down if a tree there in your yard, your backyard, or whatever. Like you said, you're not supposed to chop it down.
Yeah, I think you got to hire arborist, and the arborist gonna come out and measure the width of the tree. And I don't know the minimum width, but there's like a minimum width. Here. If this tree is thicker than that width, then you have a problem.
I chopped down my tree. I
Well,
had an oak tree and I chopped it down.
well, just
Yeah,
make sure they're listening, Mumbai.
Nah, because it's because now, and that's a problem in Florida too, because they do the oak tree, them oak tree to destroy your driveway. They don't destroy power lines and all kind of stuff. We don't have power line where I live, but it'll destroy your driveway. And then when it comes to that point, if I still living here, I'm gonna have to be the one to pay to get the tree removed, and I'm gonna have to be the one to pay to repair my driveway. You see what I'm
True.
saying? So I just chopped down my tree. You know,
Front or backyard?
no, it is in the front.
Front yard? Yeah.
Yeah, it's in the front. I mean, yeah, I think you kind of get away chopping on a tree. It just depends on the size of the tree, I would say too. Because who's monitoring my yard right now? Like, okay, he got his tree there, that tree there.
Hey,
I want you to do this. I want you to do this.
Mumba, don't get catch, because I want to believe I don't get like a warning because I cut a tree. A little skin tree too, man. It went like in the back of the house. I didn't even think they would have seen it. Somebody rat. So you better be careful.
See, somebody right.
For real, Mamba. And I want to show you something. I want you to do this, Mamba. Find the floor plans of your lot, and you're gonna see, like a, I don't know what you call it, but you're gonna see like a black, whatever, like a black dot where that tree is, and it's gonna be in black and white, and you're gonna see a pinpoint of where that tree is on your plans.
Yeah.
So, like, let's say you got to sell your house and somebody review that, and they would wait. There's supposed to be a tree right here.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying?
It's supposed to be the same landscape you buy the house with.
It's supposed to be the same when you're selling it.
As part of you maintaining the value of the house. I don't know if people are really checking, but yeah, what I'm saying is true.
What I'm saying is definitely true. And you know what's true too? Is the fact that, man, my tree was rotten. So I had to get rid of my tree.
Yeah.
The process of that is, if your tree is truly rotten, you're supposed to call the city. And if anybody is supposed to take it up, it's supposed to be them. Anybody is supposed to put on a tree, it's supposed to be them. You're supposed to get approval before putting on a tree in your yard. So
that's you obviously you 100% right, but I don't think it's, man, I don't know. I don't think is that
serious.
I don't think it's that serious. Just because with my line of work, I'm outside all the time.
Mm-hmm.
And I'm seeing all kind of stuff. So
you see people do stuff all the time, and you never know if they're going the right way about it. So I agree with you.
Because it's the same thing. Real quick, not to take away from your story, Wayne, but for instance, like, people will be digging in their yard and stuff like that. You can't really dig and build fence and stuff like that without getting a permit. You know, the city got everything, and customers will do it all the time. They hitting the fiber cables and stuff like that. So we gotta come and repair it and all that stuff, you know. So
before you put on sprinklers, you're supposed to get the city to come out and do marking of where wires or sewer lineage there and everything. You're supposed to come and do all of that before you do fence and
pavers and all that stuff. Yeah, you absolutely right. So I'm gonna it's too late to edit that, man. too late. I already, but I incriminate myself already. So.
Well, hey, maybe you took some pictures and to for a case. You know what I'm saying? If it ever come back on you, but like you said, I don't think anybody, like, I don't think they're taking that stuff serious. I think that's just the law. But how much did they uphold the law? Maybe you got like a nosy neighbor that just, like you said, complain on you, and
that man send me something in me though.
Oh yeah, that man snitch on you, man. So nobody snitch. I get lucky. So we got some viewer questions, so we could get to them. We apologize to you guys. They want to have has Wayne already shared about his work inspiring young Black engineers?
All right, so I'm part of a few, I guess, engineering organizations.
And that, sorry to interrupt real quick, and that was from Makeda.
Okay.
Makeda. Yeah. So shout out to Makeda. Real quick, if you guys get a chance, go check out Christopher Henry page. See Boogie. Makeda got a dope episode. A lot of knowledge, a lot of wisdom, and hopefully we could get her on our podcast as well too. But her episode was dope. So if you guys got a chance, check out Christopher Henry Facebook page and go check out her episode with C Boogie Talks.
Yeah.
My apologies.
Makeda actually have a business too, CAIR Consulting, where she she on Instagram. Yeah, I don't want to talk about her business for her. I let her do it. Yeah.
10%.
Yeah. So man. So I part of this organization. National Society of Black Engineers. So I was part of it in college. And then I maintain my involvement post graduating. So yeah, so we mentor engineers. I'm mentoring two from St. Croix right now. One of them I think is on here. Um, just teaching them the ropes and sharing my knowledge to them.
That's dope, man. That's
I was
amazing.
able to hire one this year, so he gonna be working with me. Um, you know, starting the end of next month.
Wow.
Yeah.
Man, congrats on that, man. That you're doing a great thing, man. That's amazing.
Uh,
Yeah, man.
yeah,
You
yeah.
definitely should be proud of that, brother.
A true definition of giving back when you could open your own business and give another Virgin Islander a job. And when the
Yeah.
it's,
Well, he working with me through my business, but through my
okay,
engineering, they coming out. Yeah,
Yeah,
gotcha.
yeah,
Still,
yeah.
still, there's some type of a VI connection. So still, you giving back
yeah,
with that.
man. Yeah, it's true, man. From Monica Tyson, where do you see your company in the next 5 years?
I don't know. Sky is the limit. I can take it wherever I could go with it. You know. Um, from I would say from the people, the business owners that I've run into that I guess I kind of respect. They all seem to have a business. So whatever I do, and I just want to have fun. I clearly want to make money, but I want to have fun. You know. So as I'm learning more about the business, I'll go whichever direction I guess is the most profitable, but at the same time fun. That ain't taking up too much time where I'm still able to view my family, which was another reason I wanted to get into business. You know what I mean? Because I feel as though um, things ain't set up for two work. Things ain't set up for two working parents. School start at what time? 8:45. Finish at 3 p.m. So if two parents working, what I mean, who gonna deal with the children?
Right.
That's
So
so true, brother. That's so true. This is from Shana. What's your thought on the Florida Piney Point, Phosphorus, and their radioactive water leak? And what abnormal process do you recommend for the ponds removal?
what are my thoughts on the Florida Piney Point phosphorus and nitrogen radioactivity?
Yeah.
I would have to look into that. I kind of been disconnected. I mean, clearly it don't sound good.
Nah, yeah,
But
it was pretty bad.
yeah,
It was pretty bad. I know they evacuated the people and that was lived in the area, but then something happened where they said they made a mistake. They made a mistake and it wasn't going to affect that town or city or whatever the case may be. They
yeah,
kind of misread or misjudged it. So I remember I saw it on the news and I was kind of following it a little bit and stuff.
Is that in Orlando?
Tampa area.
Don't Orlando get like a piney woods or piney something? That's like a rough neighborhood in Orlando.
Pine Hills.
Pine Hills. That's
Pine
what it
Hills,
is.
yeah. Yeah, Pine Hills, man. So
Y'all have to look into that some more, man. But yeah,
yeah,
that don't sound good at all.
yeah, I want to say maybe like 2 to 3 weeks ago.
All right.
Maybe 2 weeks ago. Yeah, yeah, that was crazy, man. That's scary. When you
Yeah.
radioactive and stuff, man, that's a different ball game. You know.
Have you ever received like a contract from like a mall or a shopping center or anything like that?
Not yet. Not yet. No.
Any any opportunity to drop a business proposal to them at least?
Yeah, yeah. I've been making connections with them. You know, yeah. Right now, well, we getting ready to do some work for the USTA, U.S. Tennis Association.
Very nice.
Yeah.
How now? How many members is with your group associated with your group?
Right now, I would say 5.
5.
Yeah.
You wanna shout out those individuals' names?
Yeah. Shama Samuel, my vice president, Kadela Judge, and my 2 brothers. They're helping me out.
That's
Nice.
what's up. Keep it in the family.
Yeah, man.
How did the pandemic affect your business, or did it affect your business at all?
I don't. I don't know. Maybe I didn't really I didn't pay too much attention to it, to be honest with you, Pang. I mean,
Mm.
I just been focused on selling our product. You know what I mean? So I didn't really. I don't think it affect me at all, to be
Yeah,
honest.
I don't think so. If it did, you would have known.
Yeah, yeah. Like nobody said to me, well, you know, we want to bring you on, but we can't bring you on right now because of the pandemic.
Right.
Yeah, that was never the response.
Yeah, that's a good thing, and
Yeah.
that's a real good thing.
Yeah, that's true.
Well, that's good, man. That mean there's a spot for you. Uh, there is shouldn't be a shortage of what your company provides, because waste management is a big thing, and who can always get better with waste management, because that would only help their business. They have a clean mall, a clean apartment complex, a clean shopping center, like do you I think you remember, you said that you events, that nobody wants to clean up after an event, you know what I'm saying? That's a lot of hard work, you know.
Yeah.
Do you do any type of like career fairs?
No, I want to do one. What do you mean by do a career?
Like you set up you like whenever like they have the city have a career fair, or a school have a career fair or something, you throw your business in the lineup, see what it takes to get out there and talk to you do mentorship program, talk to young inspiring people who want to get into that field, and uh, take that career path.
I have been like I went to my data school last week.
Mhm.
We spoke about recycling.
Oh,
You
nice,
know,
man. Nice
yeah,
stuff.
I love that, man. I get them a little talk about them being planet protectors. I watched this video and they were just going crazy.
Yeah. So how
Yeah,
was your
yeah.
data?
6.
6. Yeah. So you gotta make it fun for them.
Yeah, yeah, yeah.
We have a question here from David Wilshire. Way much love to Asta, your mom, Aubrey, and the family. Now that you own a business, entrepreneur mentality, would you ever go back to the corporate world 9 to 5?
Yes, I still have my job. I
Oh.
still have my job. I still working.
What are, what are some of the everyday challenges associated with the Nona Enviro group? Running your business.
Everyday challenges. I would say one big challenge across the board I've heard, not just for my business, but everybody that I know have small businesses, is finding good help. You know what I mean?
Mhm.
Um, People just it's just hard to find quality people. And most businesses when they find those employees, they hold on to them.
Mm,
You know.
it's very true. It's
Um,
very true.
yeah.
Are you,
So when I guess the train at, I mean the solution to that would be if you have a small business, treat your people good. You know what I mean? If the quality people, treat them good and keep them because you don't know what you might get next.
man, that's so true. That's so true. Are you gonna get involved where high school students could get like community service hours?
Yeah, yeah,
Hmm. Okay.
yeah, yeah. Yeah, I actually
Very
part
true.
of the Rotary Club. The
Oh, the road.
Rotary Club have a high school program called Rotarac. Yeah, so we work a lot with high school kids, and yeah, eventually I gonna get into that.
I like that, man.
Yeah,
So, so besides this business that you have, is there any other businesses you have in mind of probably opening up in the future or probably getting a hand into?
I can't tell you that, Mumba.
Oh man.
So
We trying to get exclusive. We trying to get exclusive here on the Elite Podcast,
you're
man.
doing a good job. You're doing a great job.
Ah man, that's a good one. That's a good one. You
have
know,
have your any of your kids, if they're old enough, show any interest in engineering or any love to what you do?
My kid's young. I have a 6-year-old and a 1-year-old.
Oh, okay,
Um,
okay.
yeah, a 6-year-old want to do anything me and her mother do. You know, what I mean, you ask her what
Right.
she want. I want to be an engineer. I want to be a nurse practitioner.
Mm.
But you know, we'll see. What she, I hope she, I hope she develops and goes into the direction she want to go and be what she want to be. You know, at least that's what we're gonna push her to do. You know what I mean? Yeah,
What about nieces and nephew? Any of them old enough to spark an interest?
I'd try. Well, I got cousins,
Hmm.
and I talk to them. Yeah, I think one of them seemed to be good at engineering. She in middle school. Yeah.
so we kind of touched on it a little bit, but what was your wife reaction when you decided to run your idea about starting your business, the Nona Enviro Group?
She was supportive. I mean, cause she knew me, she knew that I gonna I gonna give it 100%. So it's like if I fail, then it couldn't be done. Cause if
That's a good. That's a
That's
good.
a good
That's a
yeah,
good way to
yeah,
look at it.
yeah.
yeah, yeah,
Facts.
yeah. I try
She
not to
she have
make
no.
when I make a decision, I always try to make a decision as in a betterment of not just me but the family too. Because I find when you make selfish decisions, then you have a hard time living with it, right?
Very true.
So I want to be able to sleep on it.
That's good, man. She has 100% faith in you, and she know you to the bone.
Yeah.
So we kind of winding down. You know how I just want to know how you feel it, man. I'm pang on myself doing a good job. We just got to know.
Definitely, man. You guys smart, man.
Oh man, that makes me
Your
happy.
that it makes me happy that your comfort level that it know, you
Yeah,
because
yeah,
before
yeah.
you came on, you were saying you were nervous, so
I
I'm
wasn't
glad you.
feeling good at all. What? The room was hot.
Hey, and it ain't just us, you know what I'm saying? It's
Yeah,
the people them that are be engaging, you know what I mean? So
yeah.
it ain't just us, so we can't take the full credit, you know what I mean? Like
Yeah.
I think once you come on and you see people interested and they locked in, they could pick up on what you're saying and they have questions of their own. Then okay, they interested in what you're talking about. You know what I'm saying? So it ain't just us. You know what I'm saying? So we got to give the credit of the listeners too as well. But
Yeah. And heal up to all the viewers too, man. All the people with the comments. David, Karian, Kai, Makeda, Dwayne Crows I see on there. Yeah.
Yeah,
Karen. Heal up to everybody, man.
yeah, definitely hit up all the viewers as always, man.
Mm.
when was the last time you've been home, and what type of game plan have you ever dropped in your head for home when it comes to waste management, or if you ever had that opportunity to do that?
Well, the last time I went home was before COVID. Waste management back home. I mean, they already got a big players. You got Beats trucking. I forget the name of the other guy, but I forget his last name. But I think his first name was Gary. They kind of have the players already in place. Um, but I have thought about going home with this and trying to. I don't know if we're ready for that yet, but we're gonna get it. You know,
Yeah,
yeah,
be a major competitor.
yeah, yeah.
And what year did you? If I'm not, I apologize if you mentioned this and I missed it. But what year did you created the Nona Enviro group?
Last year, yeah.
And do you have a website?
Yeah. Yeah. So my website is www.environona.com. We also on Facebook and Instagram, Nona Enviro Group. Or you could type in at Enviro Nona and it's gonna pop up.
And the website, we people could view the website and learn more about the business. And do we have any type of like advice about waste management and how to recycle and all that
I
stuff?
have that. I'm those kind of information at a post on my Facebook.
Oh,
I
okay.
try to do that like once a month and or whatever. I talk about food waste, you know, um, whatever the city or the counties release, I try and post it on my page, just to bring awareness.
Okay.
Yeah.
We got a
So
question. We got. Go ahead, Pam. I'll get to Shell a question after you.
no, go ahead. I ask. Mine's more like a funny question. So go ahead.
Okay. Question from Shallan. Thank you for what you are doing for young engineers. In regards to carbon net neutrality, I can't pronounce that word.
Carbon
Neutrality.
net neutrality.
Neutrality. Thank you. What
Hmm.
avenues in renewable energy should the Virgin Islands be considering to move away from diesel fuel at WAPA?
You got wind turbine. I remember them talking about doing that wind turbine at one point. I mean, you have solar. You know, we, I don't want to get into that too much. Um, there's a lot of different avenues that are better than diesel.
Yeah.
you know, yeah,
One thing about the we've been on solar for a long time.
yeah.
And that wind turbine too, because I remember them putting up a wind turbine long time ago. Like I don't know the one by Machu Picchu, but did they have one up like by going up like somewhere Creams Park?
I don't know. That's a good question. That's a good question. I don't know.
But I know they got one for sure now. Like I think Machu Picchu with a solar panel.
Yeah, because I know especially after Hurricane Hugo. Hurricane Hugo. God, jeez. So this is a rough one. Hurricane Hugo. I know they was doing a lot of the solar and stuff like that in the projects and everything. So I know
Right.
that's how I know we've been on solar for a long time. From
Yeah, man.
'89, maybe all year so.
And now it's a lot more affordable. You know what I mean?
Yeah. So,
Right. Definitely. So,
but Pang,
since you,
you breaking up again,
all
Pang, but like last time.
right, I will go to cleaning.
Okay. Yeah, but so I mean, is that I want to say a lot goes into when it comes to those type of stuff. Like it goes back to the money and and all that stuff. So
Yeah,
those type of conversations.
politics.
Yeah, it's tricky. It's definitely
Yeah,
tricky.
yeah,
You know.
yeah.
So
But there's a lot of other avenues they could go from these of you, man. I don't know.
yeah, man. So how how many do do you have do you have merch?
Shirts. I got
So
shirts.
we could purchase shirts.
No, no, not for sale. Just employees. Yeah. You wanna shop Mumba?
Yeah, but I mean, no, reason being is because I was thinking, and I could be wrong, but I was thinking that just wearing the shirt and maybe somebody who is into the environment, you might capture, they might be, attracted to it and try and, find out more information about the business from that perspective. That's why I was thinking more like that,
Yeah,
but I don't know how when it comes to merch and your type of business, how that correlates with each other,
yeah, yeah.
That's what I was thinking.
That's a good idea.
All right, man.
You
Hey.
give me a
Hey,
gem, man.
Yeah,
Mumba,
man. Just give me that 10%. You
yeah,
my boy, so give me 2%. Instead of the 10%, give me the
Mumba,
2%.
Mumba definitely looking for that 10%, Watch out,
For Wayne is two. For Wayne is
Oh
2%.
God.
For Wayne is 2%. So
Mumba don't strike me as a man who to forget night.
no, but I got good. I don't forget. That's one thing. That's one thing I do not forget. You right about that. I don't forget. I don't forget. When you give me a time limit and everything, so we definitely going. I know Pam. I know you say you had a funny question. So
Oh, are you one of the now that you're in the business of waste management, are you that friend that whenever you go visit one of your partner them, or you go to a party, or you to be regular you to be like observing like how people will be doing waste management at their house and so on, giving them pointers, and they'll be like, man, every time you come over you gotta be telling me something about about waste management at my house. Are you
Passively. Sometimes they make me collect. It in a nice way though. It ain't gonna be like because it's like anything else. Like
Mhm,
I ain't I ain't gonna stand here and be like, man, that's a big tree hugger. But I try and make small steps, and that's all it is. And
mhm,
just try and you know
I like that. Yeah.
just make small. Because I sure I remember this. When we were small, people didn't really used to wear seatbelt, right? And we had a lot of accidents happening and people were dying. So then you remember for like a year or two now, every commercial, and I mean you couldn't watch a commercial and they didn't talk about wearing a seatbelt,
Mhm.
wearing a seat. They were trying to implant it into your brain that we need to wear a seatbelt. So, same thing, man. Just small steps will make a big change for the earth.
That's true. You're right about that. We have a
yeah.
lot of. Oh, go ahead, Pan.
I was gonna say somebody just put up a good question.
Yeah. What do you think about the new Green Deal and how it aligns with your company's mission and vision? That question was
Yeah,
from Miguel, and that's from Miguel. Question
you
from
get
Miguel.
Scotliff.
Scott Liff, yes.
Yeah, yeah, yeah. That's me partner, man.
Yeah, thanks for helping me out on the last name, brother.
So yeah, definitely we trying to follow those requirements. We working on some things. Um, I don't want to talk too much about it, but we definitely trying to abide. um, by those rules.
Okay.
Yeah.
Persha had a good idea with the shirts. You could put "Save the Planet." That's actually a pretty good idea.
Cool. Yeah. Thanks, Porsche.
Porsche 1%, because I kind of create that, thought in your mind, Porsche. So 1%. Ah, oh, man, I'm doing me something. Yeah, man. So we got some quick hitters for you, man. And Punk might have some quick hitters too as well. So Wayne, you get your seatbelt tied because we just talked about seatbelts. So you ready for these quick hitters?
Mm-hmm.
All right, man. I hope so. First question is who's your favorite trumpet player?
Okay, player.
Yeah.
Miles Davis, of course. Yeah. But I have a few, man. You know what I mean? Yeah. Yeah.
What
It,
Kenny Lattimore plays? That's a saxophone, right? I
Kenny
think his name is
Lattimore.
Kenny Lattimore.
Kenny
Yeah,
G, me.
Kenny G. Yeah.
Yeah. Saxophone.
Okay. Not bad.
Yeah.
it's bad for real. It's bad.
Yeah, right. Don't tell no musicians don't like Kenny G.
For real.
Yeah.
He too bad then.
Well, never mind. Never mind. Kenny G, you whack, brother.
But he could
Kenny G,
look.
whack.
I mean, the music sound good.
All right, your
But
music
yeah,
sound good.
musicians don't like Kenny. Yeah.
Is trumpet the only instrument you could play?
Trumpet related, but trumpet baritone. I started playing the piano. I ain't good. I allegedly would try and learn how to play the guitar. My brother ended up with the guitar because I just never used to put in the time. So yeah, I would say trumpet is pretty much um or flugelhorn, yeah. Eh, the, the horns. I play the horns. Yeah.
Okay, so in the band, if you had to choose an instrument to play in the band besides the trumpet, what instrument would it be?
The guitar. Yeah.
Hmm,
I just think it's cool, you know? Yeah.
Any
I agree.
any of your partner them ever recruit you to join a band, a garage band?
Nah. It's funny cause my same friend Miguel, he used to play the guitar and I used to try and get to teach me, man, but we never got to it.
Yeah, I could have formed a group, start a group, man.
Yeah. I know I saw Rusty, I ain't played that thing yet.
Your if you could, who's your 5 favorite musical artists?
5 favorite musical artists. Um, let's see. I got to start. I can start local. Midnight Band, of course. A big time Midnight fan.
Mm.
Um, I like Shadi. Cool. Um, you guys ever
I like
who
Shadi too,
else?
actually.
Yeah.
She got a nice voice, brother.
I get 5. 3 more. Steel Pulse 3. Yeah. Sting 4.
Good songwriter. Make good music.
That's true.
5. 5. Marvin Gaye.
Can't go wrong there.
Yeah.
Definitely can't go wrong with Marvin Gaye.
That's cool that you said Midnight Band. Because I think a lot of when you are if Mumba, I think that's the first time Mumba asks that question. But I think if you ask a lot of VI people, they asking the question alone, you think that we're talking about music artists like abroad, but it's just anybody that you like personally.
I like more artists too. I like Junior P. I actually went to school with Junior P.
In
I mean,
college?
no. I mean high
Oh,
school. Yeah.
oh okay. Oh, you talking about? Isn't there a reggae artist named, not from home, but another reggae artist named Junior P? Because I know they have one at home, but I don't know, for some reason that didn't register when you said Junior P. But I do know about him from home.
Yeah, I don't know.
5 countries you would like to visit, or
Africa, of course.
yeah, or 5 places. I could put it as that way.
Would you take
Africa.
a waste management plan with you to Africa?
I can take drinking water. Well, I don't. Uh, nah. I like to see the Nile River, of course.
Mm,
But
Um, Egypt, the pyramids. I big fan of hieroglyphics and
okay,
Egyptian history
nice,
as well.
dope. I like that.
Yeah, yeah. To me, they were the original creators of the blueprints. You know what I mean? You know,
Facts.
yeah. So we ain't inventing history. I mean, we're not creating history. We just, read.
reinventing.
Yeah,
Yeah,
we're inventing,
I
stealing,
would
however
I
we
would
want to put.
I would tell my kids, ain't nothing new under the sun. Like anything that you see people doing now, they had somebody doing it years ago. We just only thing now is just more technology, more social media, more like things are just out there more, but ain't nothing new under the sun.
yeah.
That's true.
England, of course. I like to go to England. London, Europe, of course. Um, so what I was Nile River.
I
I
River,
said Egypt,
Egypt,
Africa.
Europe, London.
Europe, London. Last place, probably Dubai.
Okay, nice. Dubai
Yeah.
is a popular one. What What does life mean to you?
What life mean to me? I could switch the question a little bit. Answer it
You
exactly.
answer
No,
how
no,
you
no. You
want.
could switch it. You switch
You
it.
answer how
This
you
is your
want
day.
to it. Yeah.
This is your day.
Okay. I like um
I
let
like
me
this
think of
question, Wayne. I got you thinking.
yeah, yeah,
I
yeah.
like this. I like this. You're an
So
intelligent human being, so I got you.
yeah, yeah. So all right, all right. I can tell you something personal.
Thank you, Miguel. Thank you.
To me, I feel we should I feel like people should maximize on their life. Maximize on opportunities. Um, don't stay complacent. Always try to better yourself, better your situation. Um, I guess life would mean living to your true and full potential, which only you and God. So if you feel you could give more and you could do more, then do it. So when you get to the point that you feel, man, I feel I did everything I could do. To me, that's like
I like that. If if someone asks your daughter to describe my daddy, what would let me see. I gotta see how I can word this question. I'm gonna come back to this question. What's 5 words to describe you?
calculated. Um, I just hear Chanel laughing after that question. And,
Which one? The one with your daughter?
Yeah.
the five
Oh,
things
this
to
one? Oh,
describe
five
it.
thing? Oh,
Yeah, yeah. Calculated. Um, I would say resolved. Um, I would say loyal. Once you do right by me, you have a friend for life.
I could say that about you, man. Cause you always looking out for me. You always looking out for me all the time, brother. I could say that, man.
yeah, yeah.
Yeah.
Um, I could be very, you know, you know, you know, um,
I'm laughing because I could be that way too. That's why I
yeah,
laugh. But
yeah,
yeah.
and caring, I would say caring.
Karen.
Yeah.
But let me help you on that question. A similar question that you were going to ask about your data.
Wait.
Um,
Let me go ahead.
what's the most common word your friends or family would use to describe you?
Brutally honest.
So Carrie Ann asks. This is the question I was trying to ask, and she worded it perfectly. If someone asks your daughter to describe her daddy, what would she say? That's the question I was trying to ask. Thank you, Carrie Ann. Thank you.
If someone asks my daughter, um, what would she say? Loving. I think loving. Yeah.
Okay. Now that same question, your wife.
Supportive.
Okay. If you had to choose an actor to play your life story in a movie, who would it be?
Boy, I don't know anymore.
I
That's a
mean,
hard one. You can. We don't have a lot of selection.
And
You know. Oh. Uh. In terms of what? Like personality. What?
anybody you feel like will play your role, like you feel like your story would be best played by Denzel Washington or Samuel Jackson or Eddie Murphy, or anybody you feel that could play your life story the best. Chadwick Boswick,
rest in peace.
anybody. R.I.P. Yes.
Yeah. Who could capture you?
I would
Sorry,
say
Wade.
probably.
Wade, I
I would say
apologize, man.
you
My
good, man.
I get you walking. I
I would say.
apologize.
I would say probably between Most Def or Chadwick Boseman.
Okay.
That's what's up. That's a good. I don't think no. I think everybody forgot. Most Def used to act, and he was a good actor too. Here, before he made his comments about the United States, and he get deported to Africa. He was playing some major roles,
Yeah.
but he made some comments about the United States, and the man said, "You gotta go, big man." He went. I think he went on a trip to Africa until he can't come back.
Yeah. He changed his name and thing. No, Yassine Bey.
Yeah. I
Yeah.
see. Yeah.
Yeah. Yeah. Yeah.
Don't.
Last question for your win. 5 dinner guests,
I
dead
good
or
enough,
alive.
Mumba. I good enough. We good, man.
We go with what? You need to be more clear because
No, no,
this.
no, no, no. I feel like you know, like you harassing me. You harassing me. You're good.
Okay.
Um,
Yeah.
Fighting, I guess.
Dead or alive.
No, I would say my grandfather. Um, on mother side, okay, I grew up with him. I mean, I grew up with my parents, but he was instrumental too, and he never get to see me as a father or a married
Mm,
man. Yeah.
it's a good one.
Um, Malcolm X probably. Two. Elon Musk 3. Master P 4.
Make you say, I like that.
5. I need to get a woman. Who would I want to talk to? Harriet Tubman. 5.
It's a deep one.
Yeah,
I got
I could
one
get
more.
sick.
Yeah,
I could
yeah,
get
guess
sick.
six. Yeah.
David Hamilton Jackson.
Okay.
Yeah.
I got one more question, and this is a question I wish I could have asked all the guests them that we have had on previously. What would you like people to remember you by when it's all said and done? For instance, like say 100 years later, somebody watching this podcast, what would you like somebody to remember you as?
And man, you could be anything you want to be, you know. Um, and you don't always have to be able to see the entire tunnel. You know, if you have a vision, you have a plan in place, just stick to it and take small steps. Because you never know who watching, you know what I mean? People see you making steps in the right direction, you know, they'll help you. And I could attest to that. That to me, that's been my life, you know, from engineering to business. You know, a lot of times with the business, man, you knock on like 10 doors and you don't get the answer response you want, and then that one door just open another 10 doors. So you forget about them last 10, you know. So
Wow.
just focus on your passion and just if you have a plan in place, just stick to it. Take small steps. If you can't make the steps you want to take, just take small steps. But keep moving forward. Yeah.
I like that, man. That was nice, man.
Did you
That's
these
nice.
are these are just light questions. Did you follow any sports growing up? Like at home, like any like VI sports?
Yeah. Yeah.
Like what sports are you were into?
I
You not
used to
even as a
try and
player.
yeah, I used to try and play baseball.
I used to try. I used to try and play
Yeah.
baseball.
Yeah, yeah.
Did you play on any team?
Yeah. I played Numoko Sluggers.
Okay.
Um, then I'm playing high school. I play for Central High.
Hmm,
Yeah,
that's what's up.
Caribs.
Are you
Yeah.
playing Central team?
Mm-hmm.
You hit any at Mumbako Balem?
No man.
Do
Mm-mm.
we play against each other? Was it?
I don't think I play against. I think I stopped playing like my 10th grade year. You
Oh,
probably were
okay.
gone by then. Yeah.
Yeah, yeah, I was gone then. Then. Yeah. So when
Did,
is it? Oh, somebody was gonna say something.
no, no, go ahead, go ahead.
Do I wanted to ask you this because when I asked you about people to remember you by, you said something that was pretty dope. What you said, that was kind of motivating in a way. Have you? Do you have any type of interest in giving speeches or giving talks?
Yeah, not on a large scale. I mean, I mentor. You know,
Yeah,
this is my first time in a life, so trust me, it take a lot to do this. Mumba. It take you to do it, really. You know.
Well, we glad for it though. This was
Yeah, yeah,
enlightening and
yeah,
different too.
yeah. But I mean, yeah, man. I always try to work. You know, that was another reason I thought highly of business ownership, right? Because a lot of times, you know, we always want our kids to to do great things. You know, go on be on the good track, right? But part of life is some things people gonna fall. But I find in our community when when our folks fall, you go to prison or drugs or wherever. When it's time to find work, they have a hard time.
that's true.
So it's like I feel we need to have more black businesses um to kind of help out each other as well too. You know what I mean? Because
Yeah,
at the end of the day, everybody deserves to make a decent living to provide for them and their family.
that's true.
Yeah. and other races doing it, you know. Um, we just we need to get to that point.
That's very true, man. That's very true. But man, I know this is your first time doing a live, and I appreciate you. I appreciate us having you. Being the first. But you have a captivating voice that when you speak is like, no, you laughing, but like, and this is from my perspective. I'm speaking from my perspective.
Hey, you good in Mumba? Boy,
Yeah,
Mumba good, my son.
no, you know, it's a reason being is because you know, a, a few people have come on the podcast and this was their first time like actually coming on. Like a lot of people been nervous. Like you mentioned yourself, and a lot of different individuals, they be like, man, I don't know what to talk about, etc. I don't feel like I'm a legend and all that stuff. But you know, it takes a lot of courage to really come on and really, really open up and really speak about stuff that maybe you might be afraid to speak about or uncomfortable, etc. and stuff like that. Like my job is to just try to make people feel comfortable. So that's why like I don't be embarrassed if I make a mistake or I pronounce a word wrong or if I say, man, I can't pronounce that word. All of that is part of me just lighting everything up and giving the guests comfort, and building their confidence, etc. That what, I don't have to really worry, seeing like me being foolish and stuff like that. But going back to what I was saying, like you do have a captivating voice that when you speak is like man, is attractive where I want to listen, you know, and that's just from my perspective. I don't know how everybody else feel, but I'm just telling you, and I feel like I should tell you that. You know what I'm saying? I don't want to think that and not say because maybe it might sound corny, whatever the case may be, but I feel like I should tell you that from my perspective.
Yeah, you ain't the first person to tell me.
Okay, see, so that makes me feel a lot more better. And
Yeah,
I'm glad I
and
told you that.
and I gonna add to what Mumba say is like some of our guests who was nervous or didn't want to come on because they're not sure what to talk about turn out to be some of our better interviews because especially for me because I don't really sit down and think about waste management as much as I should. But just listening to you, no, I will. You know what I'm saying? Because you brought it to the forefront and you gave some good reasons why and made me think about some things that I might have heard or haven't thought about in a long time. So it's some like it was very cool listening to you and sitting down and talking to you and I wouldn't think I would have questions about waste management or anything like that. Or, so some of these interviews where the guests are nervous or don't know what they want to talk about that turn out to be some of the better interviews. So
That's true.
appreciate you for whatever push you to do it, and whatever you mustered up to do it. You know what I'm saying? It was what very well deserved, and we appreciate you taking the time out to sit down and chat with us. Because that's all it is. We just sit down and chatted. You know what I mean?
well, part of my, like I said, I try and be a man of my word, right? If I trying to better myself, I need to start doing things I never would do before.
That's
So,
that's so true.
this is my effort. This is me trying to make progress with myself.
I like that, man. I like your honesty. I like that.
Yeah, man.
Is
So
Same here,
there?
once
bro.
again, thanks
Go
for
ahead.
having me, man.
Yeah,
No
yeah.
Appreciate
problem.
it.
Do you want to give any shout outs to family members, friends? You have a lot of family members. You have a lot of friends here. So is anybody you want to give shout outs to? You know, I don't want to get you in trouble. When you come
I
off
mean,
and they say, "Wait, you ain't shout me out. Wait, you what going on?" So I give you the opportunity.
man, of course, shout out to my wife, my two daughters, my brothers listening. I believe my mother, parents, grandparents, my in-laws listening as well. My friends, and of course, the Nona Enviro group. You know, Shama, Samuel, Kadela, everybody, and the viewers, of course. Yeah,
Yes, to the viewers, I always say this, without the viewers, there's no us. You know what I'm saying? So I always shout out to the viewers.
Yeah, viewers, I definitely appreciate you guys tuning in, supporting Wayne, man. You guys asking some amazing questions. You guys, complimenting us. Myself and Pang, on what we doing. The Elite Podcast. I'll just put it as a whole, what we doing, man. And I definitely appreciate you guys. I definitely appreciate you guys always giving us some good words of encouragement and complimenting us on what we're doing. So I appreciate the viewers as always. Appreciating the support and everything. We have Kendall Henry, basketball referee. He's going to be coming out tomorrow at 7 p.m. and that's going to wrap up the month of what month we in April?
Yeah.
So
Already.
that's going to wrap up the month of April, and then we get it ready to do May and stuff and everything. Wayne, this was great, man. I learned a lot about you. It was fun. This is my laughing. It was great. It was great to hear all that information, man. And man, I really do admire you, man. And you are definitely a good person. we didn't really know each other growing up, but we met because we neighbors and everything. I know your in-laws and your wife, and you always look out for me. Thanksgiving, you saying, "Hey Mumba, you want a plate?" And stuff like that. Your wife, the same thing. You guys always looking out for me, always showing me love. Every time you see me outside, you stop by, you stop and we chop it up. We talk about the kids and everything, man. So I really do appreciate your friendship. I really admire who you are as a person, man. And I wish you all the best. And you always know, man, I'm always here to support you and everything. So when you're ready to be a guest host, man, you're more than welcome to come.
Man, me na pang level at all, man.
I'm joking. I'm joking on that part. Good night, Portia. Good night.
Ain't no joke. Whenever you're ready, man. I'm telling you, man. And put it this way, if because we always ask this too. Like, if you have somebody that you want to see us interview, just let me know and just help we get them on, and you could always be the guest host for that person. You know what I'm saying? Especially if you know the person and know what they do, and you might even have better questions than we. So something to think about.
All right. Yeah, man.
It's a pleasure meeting you, man, for sure. I'm pretty sure we crossed paths when we were home, even though you sound younger than me. You say you was in college in 2002 and you was a sophomore in 2002. I was a
No. I was a freshman.
Freshman in
Yeah.
2002.
Yeah.
I was a senior. I was a junior in 2002. I was a senior. I graduated in 2003. So you were right behind me, man. But I'm pretty sure we crossed paths at home at some part in St. Croix.
Yeah.
So
I went to Caribs camp too.
for real?
Yeah,
What?
that's how me and Kareem Brand first connect. Yeah.
Okay.
Well, that's how I met Kareem in Caribs camp. So if you was there when Kareem were there, then like I said, we more than likely crossed paths. Kareem and I could never remember his brother name. Anyways, he brother and a few other friends, and yeah, we all met at Caribs camp. I don't know, we like family for life, man.
Yeah.
It will not, for me who love basketball, it will no better experience at Caribs camp.
That was it. That was it.
Yeah.
That was life back then.
Who you could remember from Caribs camp besides Kareem? You were there the year.
Shane Hodge,
I was okay. Shane Hodge was there.
Akeem Thompson.
Akeem, yeah. You remember Hanin?
Nah. He would probably yeah.
No, Hanin was. That's where I met Hanin. Hanin was he and his sister. God, what his sister name?
Shireen.
There's twins. Shireen. Yeah, there's
All
twins.
right.
That's where I met Hanin and his sister. Randy. I know Randy from before though. Randy, Kareem, Nene. I think that's her name. Nene. Risa, Norman, Sleepy. Like all we used to go Caribs Camp. Frenchie were there too. Man, there used to be so much of us. But if you were there when Shane was there, Shane is a regular. Like he used to go there every year. I think I went there twice. Like I came there a little later, but I still got a chance to get some good runs in before I really became the Pang that everybody know one, because I went Caribs Camp before I started playing like in the high school scene. I probably went Caribs Camp when I was like 7th grade or 8th grade. And that's when I had just really like blossoming, and everybody like my name just started to ring across the island. And it was really from Caribs Camp, because we used to go to a different camp. I promise you, every team that I played on, the star players of that team already had a name on the island. But when we would play, everybody want to know who is this left-handed dude named Pang. Like everybody want to know who that be, and then that's when the buzz start. And every neighborhood I used to go and play ball, whether it's a league or anything, like people coming out to see who this partner be, because ain't nobody could stop me at that time. Mumba, you know.
I know, man. You're a legend, brother. You're a legend. So, Wayne, you got the hardest job right now, man. You got to take us out.
Man, I thought I don't do that like 10 minutes ago, man.
No. What? Take us out meaning like, all right, folks,
Hey.
good night. The Elite Podcast, we out. Take us out.
All right. Yeah, definitely. Yeah, man. Well, all right, everybody, man. Hopefully you have a good night. Peace be with you, you know what I mean? Elite Podcast, we out.
Hey, blessings, everybody.